Hey everyone, welcome to Infinops Insights. We're the Infinops team, and our specialty is optimizing cloud expenses for a variety of companies. Here on this channel, we share insights from our work, tips for optimizing your cloud, and our best practices for handling cloud platforms. You've probably heard about the 5 key performance indicators for businesses. However, the main KPIs that FinOps teams should focus on aren't always as intuitive. Today, in our FinOps 101 series, we're diving into FinOps KPIs. We'll cover what they are, why they're important, and how to evaluate them, all in today's session. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button on this video, and follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Over there, we share quick updates on everything related to FinOps, including case studies from our work. FinOps heavily relies on KPIs. These KPIs provide the visibility needed to kickstart the cost management process. They enable setting benchmarks and metrics to support the monitoring of cloud resources and their consumption. With these in place, making informed decisions based on actual data becomes much simpler. Put simply, KPIs can help organizations understand how well they are managing their cloud expenses. Why monitor metrics and KPIs? There are several reasons. Firstly, it's about cloud efficiency assessment. KPIs allow organizations to evaluate how efficiently they're using their cloud resources. Secondly, it aids decision-making with clear metrics. It's easier to identify where and how cloud usage can be improved for higher efficiency and cost reduction. Also, for planning and forecasting, KPIs help forecast how changes in business processes or market conditions might affect cloud resource needs. Naturally, it's a method of risk management, as KPIs can highlight potential issues like resource overuse or underutilization of investments. And last but not least, in the FinOps context, KPIs promote a culture of accountability for expenses and the use of cloud resources within an organization, encouraging all stakeholders to manage cloud assets efficiently. Now, let's dive into some of the core FinOps cloud KPIs that can drive companies towards greater financial success. FinOps KPIs are divided into 3 categories, ensuring outcomes are achieved across all aspects of your cloud ecosystem. There are 3 main categories, and they're easy to remember. First, cloud transparency KPIs. Second, cloud cost optimization KPIs. Third, cloud management efficiency and automation KPI. Let's explore the first category, cloud transparency KPIs. For managing cloud infrastructure and optimizing costs, key performance indicators, KPIs, play a crucial role. They not only help us understand how our resources are being utilized but also point towards optimization opportunities. Starting with the percentage of correctly tagged resources, this metric is critically important. Proper tagging doesn't just simplify management, it provides a clear picture of where our expenses are going and how we can control them. Moreover, accounting for the costs of untagged resources exposes weak links in our management system and allows us to take corrective action. Comparing total expenses with the costs of cloud resources by teams reveals the efficiency of resource utilization. It helps identify where there's overspending and where resources are underutilized. Understanding this allows us to reallocate resources more effectively, thereby improving budget planning. The percentage of waste is also a key point. It shows how much of our resources remain unused or are used inefficiently. This includes unused instances, excess storage capacity, and unoptimized databases. Identifying this percentage gives us an opportunity for optimization and, consequently, cost reduction. The accuracy of our financial forecasts is equally important. Improving forecasts helps us plan our budget more accurately and optimize resource allocation, leading to more effective cost management. Finally, tracking security incidents across different teams or departments over a specific period allows us to assess the effectiveness of our security measures. This helps identify potential vulnerabilities and strengthen the overall security posture of the cloud. Here are the recommended threshold values by the FinOps practitioner community. For FinOps practices in the crawl stage, the deviation from actual expenses should not exceed 20%. The deviation is set at 15% for FinOps practices in the walk stage. Variations at 12% for FinOps practices in the run stage, which is the final stage of implementation. By the way, don't forget that optimizing the cloud environment is not just about cutting costs. It also involves improving operational efficiency and ensuring security. Now we move to the second category of KPIs, cloud cost optimization. By focusing on key performance indicators for cloud computing, companies can achieve a balanced approach that considers savings, operability, and security. Let's look at several important KPIs and their significance. The first KPI, effective cost per cloud resource, uncovers opportunities for optimization, allowing for decisions based on cost and resource utilization efficiency. Next, tracking the percentage of savings from reservations and discounts helps understand how well the financial benefits of these plans are being utilized, affecting overall cloud expenses. Analyzing cloud usage on weekdays versus weekends provides insight on how to optimize expenses by adjusting loads during less busy periods. This involves daily monitoring of usage data to identify trends and plan corresponding measures to reduce expenses on weekends. Finally, the percentage change in cloud resource costs over time shows the dynamics of expenses, offering the opportunity to evaluate the effectiveness of current cost management strategies. Continuing with the discussion of key performance indicators, it's important to highlight a few more aspects that play a significant role in optimizing the cloud environment. Mean time to recovery, MTTR, is a metric that tells us how quickly we can resolve issues with the cloud infrastructure. Efficiently managing MTTR means minimizing the negative impact on business by quickly restoring systems to operational status. Attention should also be given to the percentage of infrastructure operating on demand, considering this is the most expensive option for cloud usage. Moving towards more economical solutions like reserved instances or savings plans can significantly reduce costs. Redeployments in the cloud are also crucial for measuring the efficiency of deployment processes. Frequent deployment cancellations may indicate issues that require attention to improve processes and reduce the time and resources spent on deployments. Moreover, adhering to SLA terms and maintaining a high level of uptime not only reflect the quality of service provided to customers but also allow for the identification of areas for further performance and reliability improvements. By combining all these metrics, one can gain a comprehensive view of the state of the cloud infrastructure. This enables not only effective cost and operational efficiency management but also the maintenance of a high level of security and reliability of cloud services. And the third category is cloud management and automation KPIs. They are vital for ensuring control and compliance across the entire cloud infrastructure. By tracking specific metrics, you can evaluate policy compliance, automate processes, and enhance security. Here are some of the top FinOps performance indicators in the realm of cloud management and automation. The percentage of policies that meet requirements indicates how effectively your cloud environment is managed and secured. A high percentage signifies that the cloud infrastructure is well managed and protected, which is key to ensuring data integrity and security. The time required to remediate security issues and the time saved through automated policies reflect the efficiency of your management and security strategy. Cost optimization for each policy over time. This KPI demonstrates the effectiveness of specific management policies in terms of cost reduction. It allows evaluating how changes in policies and processes affect overall expenses and aid in achieving financial efficiency. For instance, automating the shutdown of idle resources can significantly reduce costs, which will be evident in reduced expenses in reports. The number of automated reservations reflects how effectively an organization uses automation for reserving cloud resources at reserved or reduced prices, directly impacting cloud cost savings. Publishing articles and implementing policies, rules, or automated processes not only disseminates best practices among teams but also ensures compliance with relevant optimization and security processes. This includes conducting automated audits to verify compliance with policies and standards. And here arises the question: how to set up FinOps key performance indicators, KPIs, for your business. The key performance indicators for individual companies will significantly differ depending on the goals and size of the organization. A recent study conducted by the FinOps Foundation revealed that respondents collectively tracked hundreds of different KPIs in their companies. However, the process of establishing KPIs is consistent across organizations. You'll find links to the studies in the description. The primary KPIs tracked included overall cloud spending, usage efficiency, e.g., proper scaling, auto-scaling, savings tool coverage, utilization of reserved instances, and the cost of unused assets. Before we describe how we set up key performance indicators, let's first demonstrate what the consequences of misaligned FinOps KPIs might be. Imagine an organization whose e-commerce platform is entirely cloud-based. The organization might decide to create a KPI that compares its average monthly e-commerce revenue to its monthly cloud services bill, which could indicate whether they are getting sufficient return on their cloud operations. Suppose that in 1 month, the website processes 100 transactions. 90 of these transactions consist of one item with an average price of $100, while 10 transactions consist of one item with an average price of $10. Then, the average revenue per transaction would be $91. Imagine that in the same month, the cloud bill amounted to $500, necessary to support these 100 transactions. Overall, the revenue to cloud bill KPI would then be 18.2. Now, imagine that in the following month, they have the same 100 transactions, but the purchases are reversed. 90 transactions consist of one item with an average price of $10, and in 10 transactions, there is one item with an average price of $90. The average revenue per transaction would then be $18. The cloud bill remains the same, as there was the same number of transactions, 100. But now, the revenue to cloud bill KPI would be 3.6. This KPI indicates something, but certainly not the efficiency of cloud computing. Having this example in mind, let's delve into setting up an effective KPI strategy for FinOps. We will consider the following steps. First, set your FinOps goals. We'll start by defining the purpose of setting and measuring key performance indicators. In this case, we aim to measure how efficient our cloud operation is. This isn't a KPI for sales or marketing, especially during periods of revenue instability. You want to ensure honesty and hold people accountable for what they can control. This KPI should be understandable by both the DevOps team and the finance department. Second, establish your metrics. Ask yourself, what exactly are you measuring? If you want to measure operational efficiency relative to your cloud expenses, one of your metrics is already defined: expenses. More specifically, the total amount of your AWS monthly bill. Then, what cloud operation can be measured that directly relates to my expenses? This means, if you increase this operation without increasing its efficiency, you will pay more, and vice versa. The KPI demonstrated in our example shows that overall revenue and cloud service expenses do not have a direct correlation. In other words, if revenue increases, it doesn't mean that cloud service expenses will increase, or vice versa. A better KPI for increasing the efficiency of cloud computing would be to track the total number of transactions and the total AWS bill. Applying this to the example, it would show that both months were equally efficient. Thirdly, define your metrics. As demonstrated, simply dividing average revenue by total cloud expenses is not an effective measure when your average revenue changes from month to month. It's better to focus on the cost per transaction, which remains constant for every transaction regardless of revenue. This way, you can easily see the efficiency of your cloud if the number of transactions changes, which is likely. And finally, set your goals. After aligning your goal with all stakeholders and defining the measures and metrics, you can start setting objectives to work towards. Define the maximum cost per transaction to make your DevOps team accountable for reaching the goal. At the same time, if you have a sales goal or forecast and the average cost per transaction, you can predict your operational expenses. If you fail to meet your sales target, it won't affect your cloud computing efficiency KPIs, and vice versa. Now, let's look at some tips for measuring and tracking them. Firstly, automate data collection. This ensures consistent data gathering and, thus, can be used to derive meaningful insights. Secondly, develop dashboards. This is a great way to monitor metrics in real time. It simplifies identifying areas for improvement and making the necessary strategy adjustments. And thirdly, use benchmarking. This can provide valuable insights into where the organization is performing well or where there are opportunities for improvement. By measuring key performance indicators and metrics, organizations can better understand how well they are managing their cloud expenses through FinOps practices. All these factors, cost ratios, deployment times, MTTR, and budget variance, are important for measuring FinOps success. By regularly tracking these metrics, organizations can optimize their use of cloud resources, increase the return on their cloud investments, and ensure they remain financially sustainable. That's all. Don't forget to subscribe to Infinops Insights to stay informed about efficient cloud resource management. Also, check out our LinkedIn and Facebook pages. There, we post a variety of content, from case studies from our work to in-depth reviews of cloud platforms. It'll definitely be worth your while. Share this video with your colleagues and partners, hit the like button, and stay tuned for our upcoming videos. And remember, reduction does not equal efficiency.